Tonight, the Monday morning armed robbery of a marijuana dispensary may have been an inside job.
And Pullman Police Department faces staff shortages.
Plus, a WSU student trains for the Tour de France.
Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Brady Frederick.
And I'm Lindsay Jensen. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
The Whitman County Sheriff's Office says that Monday morning's alleged armed robbery of Pullman marijuana dispensary Bud Hut may have been an inside job. Last night, deputies arrested a man who originally claimed to be a victim of the heist. Police arrested Bud Hut manager Jeremy West at his home in Troy, Idaho. They had a warrant for first-degree theft. Deputies say West and robbery suspect Cody Schneider are close friends, and West helped stage the robbery. Schneider faces a first-degree armed robbery charge in Whitman County Superior Court. West is in the Latah County Jail in Moscow, awaiting extradition back to Colfax. Pullman Police Department faces staff shortages. Pullman Police Commander Chris Tennant says they are authorized 33 positions. They currently only fill 9. Many officers have left for personal reasons, such as retirement. Tennant says they are low on detectives and they need more officers working College Hill. They are scheduling interviews for new officers in the upcoming weeks.
The Neal Public Library aims to increase access to new technology. Murrow News 8 reporter Ryan Pierboom has details on the library's new Tech Tuesday program.
The Neal Public Library offers plenty of resources for Pullman residents and Washington State students. The library's focus is on making new technology accessible and easy to learn. Library Services Director Joanna Bailey stresses the importance of providing access to technology.
Neal Public Library is interested in focusing on technology for 2019 and 2020, looking at innovative ways that we can incorporate technology into user services.
This week, the library started Tech Tuesdays, giving Pullman residents a chance to get hands-on experience with new virtual reality technology.
Well, they had the opportunity to try out what is really some newer technology. Virtual reality has been a goal for a long time, and this headset and computer setup allows people to experience the new technology at the library.
Tech Tuesdays run every week from now until the end of July. Anyone participating must be 13 years or older, and children ages 13 to 17 must have a parent or guardian fill out a release form. All waiver forms are available on the library's website. You can sign up for next week's session by calling or visiting the library. In addition to Tech Tuesdays, the Neal Library is offering library card holders access to lynda.com. The website offers thousands of tech-related tutorials across multiple different categories and platforms.
Lynda.com it's an amazing resource, and literally you could do everything from check off items on your bucket list of learning to learn skills that would help you succeed in your current job and also help position you to even change careers if you're thinking about doing that.
Ryan Pierboom, Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Ryan. And a WSU research team designed a new two-piece maternity hospital gown for Pullman Regional Hospital. Noah Schmick found out more about the groundbreaking design.
No pressure. Dr. Wong is the lead principal investigator for a project that involves mass-producing functional and sustainable maternity hospital gowns. The gown they are making is based off a prototype developed by Lori Heimbiner, a now retired nurse for Pullman Regional's hospital. Dr. Wong leads a design team at Washington State's Department of Apparel, Merchandising, Design, and Textiles, who've expanded off of the initial design with more research and technical inputs.
We found that most of current gowns are made of woven polyester cotton, which after a few washes, it's get really stiff. And it's really revealing because most of them have full back openings on the back, and the material is really thin. And there are a lot of dissatisfactions among the laboring and postpartum women and also the healthcare practitioners. So we are trying to meet their needs and create more functional gowns for them.
To do this, Dr. Wong's research assistant Lindsay McCoy called more than 20 hospitals in Washington State for pictures of their current hospital gowns. McCoy also conducted several focus group interview sessions where she found that there are quite a few problems not only with the current traditional gowns, but with many products in general.
I guess it just made me realize how many products are out there that don't meet people's needs, that don't include research, and that you can make something so much better when you actually get feedback from real people who are going to use the design.
By referencing the original two-piece gown, Dr. Wong and McCoy got rid of the button straps, as well as the full open back. They made a design that was stretchier and more comfortable with a softer cotton fabric. They also added sleeves, elastic bands, and even a pocket for a phone.
The whole purpose is to mass produce or reduce materials but increase the function.
The current prototype is still in the process of getting a patent. Dr. Wong and McCoy will conduct wear testing focus groups at Pullman Regional Hospital this month, as well as a national online survey to evaluate the prototype. Noah Schmick, Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Noah. The University of Idaho will host an international conference on Chinese cinema this weekend. The conference will host speakers from around the world to bring a global perspective to Idaho. The two-day conference includes lectures and panels that are free and open to the public with no prior registration required. A restaurant in downtown Moscow provides a platform for local musicians to perform. Ryan Peerboom has more on the concerts at Humble Burger.
Humble Burger is a small restaurant in downtown Moscow that holds concerts in order to showcase local musicians. Restaurant manager Ethan Stevenson says the local music scene is important to a lot of Humble Burger employees.
Most of us that work here are or have been musicians or play music, and we really appreciate the music scene and we want that to be thriving here, and we think this helps a lot with that.
This week's show featured multiple groups and was headlined by a two-person band called Tomb Toad. The band plays post-punk and new wave style music. But even if you haven't heard of the featured bands, Stevenson says it's still a worthwhile event.
You're going to see good music. We sell beer and wine here, so that's a plus. They're cheap shows usually. They're usually not any more than $5, or it's a suggested donation.
Humble Burger hosts bands from all different types of genres, providing a unique experience for local music fans.
The thing about these shows that I think is just really awesome is that they're kind of a unique part of Moscow that you don't really see a whole lot, especially if you're a student.
The next Humble Burger concert is April 19th, and it will predominantly feature folk music. Ryan Peerboom, Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Ryan. Beauville Elementary School was threatened by a 12-year-old student on Tuesday, putting the school on lockdown and advising nearby Deary Junior High School to be on alert. We called the White Pine Superintendent Christy Saros, and she said the student made an alleged threat to the school, but no evidence was found to be a true threat by Latah police. It has been 1 month since Moscow Chief of Police James Fry returned from FBI training. Nathan Senth has more on how the department and chief feels about this special opportunity.
From day to day, Moscow Police Chief James Fry sits at a desk and files paperwork. But last month, he returned from a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity training camp that changed his perspective on how he goes about his work.
So it was a great honor, really. That's probably the biggest thing, and makes you feel feels pretty good, actually.
In 2007, Fry was nominated by former Chief Duke to go to FBI training. But this year was the golden year.
I applied, and you have to be recommended by somebody, and Chief Duke recommended me, my name to go. So then I got on a list, and I was on the list for, since 2007. And in 2007, you got to realize I was a sergeant, so the chances of me getting to go were pretty slim. But I still decided to get myself on the list.
The training consisted of 12 courses and multiple physical training activities on what the FBI called the Yellow Brick Road. That ultimately ended with a 6-mile run and a certificate of completion.
I took psychology of leadership, and I took behavioral analysis, so the criminal minds individuals came in, the different units came in. We took cases and we broke them down. They talked about what they look for behaviorally in people, not just the evidence, but the behavior of people. And I did a course on spirituality and wellness. So it talks about just the wellness of officers and how we can improve the wellness in there, both physically and emotionally. And then I took another course on cultural change within a police department.
The training was intense, but from it came connections and perspective for his own department.
A lot of classroom discussions. So you have, there's 250 to individuals attending the academy. And your class size is usually about 30 people. So you got people from all over the nation and internationally. There's international students within that. So you have a lot of different ideas that you're talking about, and you're analyzing from the point of view from Moscow, Idaho to maybe the point of view from Lebanon.
Roger Lanier, captain of Moscow Police, believes Fry going to this training is an asset for the department and sees a difference in how it runs.
I went to the FBI National Academy in 2004, so I have a better grasp on the value of that training than probably he does right now, because I know that he's only begun to use it, and then as opportunity presents itself, he'll start using some of the leadership skills that he learned at the FBI National Academy and start implementing them.
After all of the training and the sightseeing around Washington, D.C. for 3 months, Fry returned to bring out new ways to help his community and well-being of his department.
What it brings home is that the job of the chief and captains really is to take care of our people and make sure that they have the tools that they need.
Now, since the chief has been gone for 3 months, 6 new positions have opened up at the police department. But Fry believes the FBI training and networking should fill those holes rather quickly. I'm Nathan Senf, Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Nathan. Coming up, you can find out what school district will lay off hundreds of staff members.
And when Senator Senator Patty Murray will visit WSU. That's next on Murrow News 8.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
1 out of every 12 Spokane public school employees could lose their job before the next school year, with the school district facing projected budget deficit of about $31 million next year. Around 325 staff members could be let go. The school district have tied the problems and uncertainty to the state's new mix of school funding. And after 40 years, a tool forest managers use access to the level of fire dangers to getting its first update. The National Fire Danger Rating System will no longer require a human presence to take readings at weather stations scattered across the country and will be updated for the next upcoming fire season. The new tool uses information like wind, humidity, and temperature to let firefighters know how the wildfire will behave.
The Boise 2019 session of the Idaho State Legislature came to a conclusion Thursday. At 95 days in length, it ties with the 1983 session as the third longest in history. The 2020 fiscal budget for the State Board of Education and a trailer appropriations bill on the Medicaid program were the only bills approved Thursday. Senator Patty Murray comes to Washington State University to discuss women in leadership this Tuesday. She will be speaking from 10:15 to 11 a.m. in the junior ballroom in the Cub. Students and staff can go to foley.wsu.edu/Murray to ask Murray questions to be discussed at the event. Questions can remain anonymous. According to Moscow Police Department, dog bites are on the rise. There have been 5 reported dog bite incidents so far this year. Last month, a dog bit a 16-month-old girl on her thigh, resulting in the dog being put down. To prevent dog biting incidents, Moscow police advise owners to keep dogs leashed. If the dog is known to show aggressive behavior, the owner might want to use a muzzle when walking the dog.
Antique lovers are in for a fun weekend in Colfax as the Vintage Market returns to the Palouse Empire Fairgrounds. The Vintage Market includes a variety of antiques, vintage items, plants, specialty foods, and more. The Vintage Market runs today until 3 p.m. and tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Officials in Moscow say Tuesday's historic flooding did break the record on Paradise Creek. The high water mark reached 11.4 feet on Tuesday night, surpassing the previous record high of 11.2 feet during the last record flood in 1996. City officials had to manually measure Paradise Creek's depth because the official monitor station managed by the U.S. Geological Survey was not working when the Greek flood entered flood stage. A state of emergency has been declared in Moscow following this heavy downpour that caused extensive damage throughout the Palouse.
And coming up next, you can learn why there's a smashed car on display at Greek Row.
And the weekend weather we'll have in store for these moms. That's when Murrow News 8 returns.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it. Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. A wrecked car is on display in Greek Row as part of the Palouse Driver Safety Campaign. Ryan Pierbaum joins us now live from College Hill. Ryan? Well, unfortunately, we were not able to reach Ryan right now, but we will see if we can get him back by the end of the show. We go now to Nathan Senth for our weekend weather forecast. Nathan?
Well, hello. We are seeing some dry patches at the moment, but we're no longer in a flood watch for the day. And today we are seeing a bit of rain, chance of rain for most of the afternoon. but our high is about 53 and the low is about 37. And then tomorrow we're seeing very similar ideas, but we may have a break in the sun, with the sun breaking the clouds and enjoying some of that sunshine for a little bit. But bring out your umbrellas for the afternoon, as it is looking like we're going to get back into some rain. But the high is 53 and the low is 36. On to the state map. We are seeing a push of moisture from the west side coming in with some warmer temperatures, bringing into the inland northwest, also bringing some cooler temperatures with it, but rain is mainly in the forecast. And in the middle of the state, we're seeing Yakima and Tri-Cities dodge those raindrops. So the 5-day forecast, we are seeing rain as the typical time of the year, April showers bring May flowers, but some snow is coming in Monday morning. And back to you at the desk.
When we come back, we have news on baseball and bikes.
When Murrow News 8 returns.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Dad's home!
Yeah. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Noah Schmick with your sports update. Put the 2019 Seattle Mariners in the record books. With two home runs in last night's matchup against the Kansas City Royals, the Mariners have hit a home run in 15 games to start this season. The Mariners have the best record in the major leagues as of now and pulled out their 6th straight win last night thanks to designated hitter Daniel Vogelbach's 6th home run of the season. The Mariners return to Seattle to start a 3-game series against the Houston Astros tonight at 7. While we're on the topic of baseball, the Washington State Cougars host the Oregon Ducks at Bailey Brayton Field for a 3-game Mom's Weekend series. The Cougs are looking to get their first conference win on the season after being swept by the California Golden Bears last weekend. The first pitch of the series against Cal will be thrown at 5 p.m. tonight. The WSU track and field program heads north to compete in the Pallure Invitational at Eastern Washington University. This is the 5th week of outdoor competition for the Cougs, who lost to UW last weekend in their rivalry meet, but managed to put up 11 individual wins in the contest. The meet will start at Roos Field at 3 p.m. today and then at 10 a.m. tomorrow. One of our own fellow Cougs dreams to one day compete in the Tour de France. Murrow News 8 reporter Lindsey Jensen has more on Chris Dugan's training tactics.
Dugan has been training since the age of 5 to compete in the Tour de France and hopes to race in the summer of 2023. He starts his day of training with testing his bike gears, tightening his cleats, testing his grip, then away he goes. Dugan said it's hard to balance school and training, but manages to bike 100 kilometers a day on trails around the Palouse.
The main thing I want to take away is keep believing, keep fighting for your dream, keep working towards your goal. The Tour de France is known to be one of the toughest races in the world. I want to make sure that I be the model for those young athletes that want to make it to the Tour de France and are scared or thinking they can't do it, but they definitely can.
As the WSU cycling team captain, Dugan is currently in the recruitment stage with many teams including the CCB, based in the U.S., and the Educational First, a world tour team. Dugan said without having his brother as a role model on the cycling team with him, he would not be as persistent with his trainings.
I would be the proudest person alive as well as the happiest brother that anyone could ever have, and I do anything I can to support him, even if that meant running outside and switching the tires out when he gets a flat during one of the races, or even carrying him up to the finish line if I had to.
I will be catching up with him this summer in Belgium during the Tour de France to see where this recruitment process has taken him. Lindsay Jensen, Murrow News 8.
Thanks so much for that package, Lindsay. Coming up, we talk about all things Mom's Weekend. Stay with us.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
With this, my new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it. Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Are you and your mom looking for something fun to do this Mom's Weekend? Well, don't worry. Murrow News 8 has you covered with these fun events. Starting today through Sunday, you can putt the night away and go mini golfing with your mom at the Airway Hills Golf Center. There will be pizza, hot dogs, beer, and wine available for purchase and a bunch of fun prizes. The cost of the event is $12.50 per person. WSU Apparel, Merchandising, Textiles, and Design hosts the 36th annual Mom's Weekend Fashion Show tonight from 5 to 10 p.m. at Beasley Coliseum. This year, the Emerge theme will be featuring 16 senior designer lines, as well as other design students' best work they have produced. Tickets will be $20 at the door and $35 for VIP, which you must be 21 or over. Our very own Zach Anders will also be hosting the show. Thank you for watching tonight. We have been joined on set by our moms.
From all of us here at Murrow News 8, have a great Mom's Weekend.
Be sure to watch our live newscast at nwpb.org/mn8 on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
Don't forget to also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
We'll see you next time.